I'm SJ, welcome back to my channel. I absolutely love baby names and this is a much requested baby name vlog. It is not the top 10 baby names for girls. So if you follow my channel, a few weeks ago I did this list for boys. The idea is taking the top 10 baby names in the UK at the moment and giving you a couple of alternatives that you might like just as much or hopefully even more. Girl names are so much harder than boy names because you can kind of go anywhere with them. So I've tried to pick really unique ones as well. So I'm not going to say if you like Lily you're going to like Lila because you know that already, but I've chosen names that are kind of the same theme or the same sound and I'm going to tell you what they mean and how popular they are. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. This vlog is also actually done in collaboration with a Canadian vlogger called Kate lately. I will link her channel in the description box below. Kate got in touch after my baby boy name video and did her own of that as well using the Canadian top 10 baby name list, so check it out. So at number 10 most popular baby girl name in the UK is the name Sophie. Sophie is such a popular, enduring name. I know loads of Sophies my age and I know loads of girls who've called their baby Sophie. It's just so pretty, but there are a couple of really good alternatives if you love the name Sophie but don't want her to be Sophie number 3 when she joins school. How about the name Saffron? Saffron is so pretty, it is so unique, it feels very modern to me because it taps into a couple of baby name trends. Kind of a colour trend because it's got that bright vibrant colour and the food trend at the moment as well. Saffron is an Egyptian spice, so it's really unique and unusual. We all know that saffron is quite a rare spice and very expensive, so it's got that kind of sense of class about it if her name was Saffron. She could go for the nickname Saffy, which is also nice, or Ronnie if she's a bit hipster. I like Ronnie for a girl. I think this is such a cool name, very underused, not hitting those top 10 popularity lists, but it's got the same kind of sounds as Sophie. Another great alternative for Sophie, if you love that first sound for a girl, is the name Phoebe. Phoebe isn't really out there, but actually is not hugely popular. It's not being used very much. At the moment, it's only at number 247 in terms of popularity in the UK, according to Baby Centre. So it is up there in terms of a popular name, but you don't hear it that often. Phoebe is actually an old Greek name for the moon personified, the female version of the moon. I love that baby name meaning. I can imagine doing a whole nursery themed around the moon because that's the kind of thing I think about. Or it means brilliant or light, so really gorgeous baby name meaning, but it's a lovely alternative to the name Sophie if you like those types of sounds. Okay, so at number 9 in the most popular baby names is Lily. I found this really hard to pick an alternative for because there's just so many reasons why you might like the name Lily. It's a flower name, it's an L sounding name which we really like for girls, it is short and sweet and it's got that kind of rhyme about it. So I've chosen 2 names that are really unusual, one for the L sound and one as an unusual floral name that you may not have heard of. So the first one I've chosen is the name Romilly. Romilly is such a gorgeous name. It is really unusual. I wasn't sure if it was pronounced Romilly or Romilly, but it is Romilly. It is such a unique name. It's only at number 1694 in terms of use. Emma Thompson has a little girl called Romilly. The meaning of Romilly is God's beloved one, so it's really beautiful as well as it being a French place name. So if you've got connections to France or you go there lots, it's just a great one to choose. I think it's gorgeous, really underused and a great choice for a baby girl. My second choice of alternative names for Lily is an unusual flower name, because I know floral names are really popular, but the trend is moving a bit away now more towards sort of botanical names, just to get a bit more unusual names out there. My baby girl's middle name is actually Blossom. Don't know how I managed to leave that one in there. So the name I've chosen as a flower name alternative is the name Dahlia. So it's got the same L sound as Lily, but is much more unusual. It actually came from a Swedish botanist who is called Anders Dale. If I'd have known that, I could have chosen this name myself, but it is so pretty and so unusual, and it's really hard to find floral names that aren't right up there already. So if you did use this one, it would be really unique for your little girl. And keep watching for more flower names because I will be doing some alternatives because they are very popular. At number 8 in the independence list of the top popular names in the UK is the name Jessica. A really similar one but a really unusual name is Cressida. Cressida is not ranked at all. There were actually only 4 baby girls called Cressida in the US in 2010. That was the statistic I could find. So it's a really unusual one, and I absolutely love the nickname Cressy. I much prefer it to Jessie actually. I think it's got something a little bit more stylish about it. It's got a lovely baby name meaning because it means golden girl. So that's super beautiful for a little baby in your family. And it's also got a cultural meaning because it was invented by Shakespeare. You know how he used to like make up names for his plays? This was one of them. So really, really beautiful, unranked name that could totally knock Jessica out of the park for you. Another great alternative to Jessica is the name Jemima. This was one of my favourite baby names when I had my second baby, who was a little boy. It actually is a biblical name. It means dove. So a really, really nice theme again for a little baby girl. Lots of peace and harmony vibes, which yeah, maybe babies aren't like that to be honest, but maybe one day my little girl will be. I think this is so nice. It was really popular back in the Victorian era but hasn't really made a massive comeback yet. So it's got that vintage sound to it but very unique, and I don't think there'll be many Jemimas in your playground. I am just going to mention another alternative to Jessica, which is one of my top baby names, but I've mentioned it in a few of my baby name vlogs, which is the name Juniper. Just gonna say it, I love the name Juniper. I'll link my other baby name vlogs below. You can see all about why I love this, but love it, favourite, go for it, please. And number 7 is a name that is so popular because it is so beautiful, and that's the name Isabella. It's hugely popular at the moment. I know loads of Isabellas. I reckon it's because as girls we all kind of wish we were called Isabella. There's quite a few names ending in that bell sound, but one that's really unusual and I love it for its baby name meaning is the name Amabel. Amabel is really pretty. I think that the M really adds a little lyrical bounce to it. Sounded very professional. But it's so unique. It is not ranked and it means lovable or joy, which I think is really, really nice as a baby name. I'd actually go for Amabel Joy. That would be a nice little name, not hyphenated as a middle name. But yeah, I really like that as an alternative to Isabella. So another name that you could use if you like Isabella is the name Annelise. It's got the same kind of length, which makes the name really, really pretty, I think. It's a bit of a celebrity baby name. Jamie Foxx just called his little girl Annelise. It's making a little bit of a comeback because it hasn't been ranked since the end of the 90s. 1997 was when it was last on the popularity list. And it's jumped back in and it is now at number 409. So go for it quickly if you really like the name Annelise. At number 6 is the name Ava. All of these V sounding names are so popular. My little girl's called Evelina. They are very, very beautiful sounding names. So if Ava is too popular for you, I've really found you an unusual one you might like even more. And that is the name Vara. Vara is actually a Greek name. It isn't ranked on any of the popularity lists at the moment, but it means butterfly. So it's got a gorgeous, gorgeous meaning to it. It's a very stylish name to me. It reminds me a bit of Zara, but it's got that extra thing to it, being a bit more unusual and using that V sound that's really, really popular at the moment. Another reason you might like the name Ava is it's got that sort of grand Hollywood movie star feel about it, doesn't it? From like the 1950s. Another name that's got a similar feel to me and the name I absolutely love is the name Greta. It uses the same A sound and it's got that big stylish green siren feel about it after Greta Garbo. It's a Swedish name. It means pearl. I think it's just a really happy upbeat name that is really unusual. Poppy is at number 5 on the top popular names for girls in the UK at the moment. It is a gorgeous name. I know tons and tons of Poppies though. So as an alternative, if you like that P sound, how about the name Penelope? Penelope is so pretty and the nickname Penny is just so gorgeous when she's little, and I think actually would do her throughout her whole life. I can imagine a really trendy teenager called Penny making her way around the cities of the world. It was most popular back in the 1940s, so it does have a really lovely traditional sound to it. It's been around for a really long time, this name, and it's always been kind of rumbling along on those top lists. The highest it ever got though was number 562 back in 2005, so it's still a super unusual alternative to a name like Poppy. It means weaver, so it's got that occupational kind of meaning to it, which is quite interesting to know. Another name that you could choose instead of Poppy, which I really like and tried to convince my sister to have, is the name Piper. Piper is a bit like Harper and all those types of names that are becoming really, really popular again. So it's very newly popular. It's very, very modern. I really like it. I think it's much more trendy than a name like Poppy at the moment because it's just got that little something extra special about it. But it's not too unusual. I think it's got a pretty, pretty sound to it, just like Poppy. Well, as I said earlier, people are moving away now from the traditional flower names because they've just got so popular, and choosing more kind of botanical or floral sounding names, like me with Evelina Blossom. A name that I absolutely love is the name Posie. Posie just means a bunch of flowers, so super sweet, really pretty as a little girl's name, and much more unusual. It's actually only at number 7,237 in terms of popularity in the UK at the moment. They don't rank all the names all the way down, but they rank how sort of popular they are amongst mums, and it's not up there. So I think that's a really good thing if we're looking for a kind of a hipster baby name, especially for girls, because there are so many of the same names floating around. This is so cute. I love the S sound, and I think it's going to be a really great one that will probably rise through the ranks over the next few years. So get in there quick with your little Posie. At number 4 is the name Emily. Emily is a lot like Sophie in that we know loads of Emilys our age, and it's still being chosen a lot for baby girls at the moment. It is just such a pretty name. Here are some alternatives that you could choose. What about the name Everly? Everly is absolutely gorgeous. Obviously it's very similar to my daughter's name, so I'm gonna like it. I love the spelling with a Y, makes it very similar to Emily, or with an L-E-I-G-H, I think is also a really lovely longer spelling of it, which I would probably go for if I was gonna choose this name. It's actually got a nature meaning. Lee means meadow, so it's from Ever's Meadow, which is a really lovely meaning for a baby girl name. I always like to look at the meanings, as you can tell. Also look at the ranking, and it's at number 84 at the moment in terms of popularity on Baby Centre. So it is a really popular name, but it hasn't boomed yet. It will still be unusual, and it's a very modern take on a name like Emily. Another really modern take that sounds quite similar to Emily is the name Melody. Melody is actually one of those names that's steadily rising in terms of popularity on the baby name lists. As we said with girls' names, you can kind of go for anything. And Melody is originally a Greek name from melodia, which means to sing, as you probably know, to hold a melody. So if you've got a musical family, it's a lovely one. If you're tone deaf, maybe it's a bit of an ironic one. I think it's really pretty, and it's actually gone up 7 places already in 2017. So it's not going to be majorly out there, but it's a really pretty one to use. At number 3 is a name that I think every girl I know who is having a girl this year had on their top name list, and that is the name Isla. Isla has just become so popular. Have you got a little girl called Isla, or know someone with that name? It is so pretty, and there's so many things going for it. Again, it's hard to choose kind of alternatives, but if you like the L and the S sound, a really unusual name you could pick is the name Elisa. I really like the name Elisa. You don't hear it very often, but it is so elegant and very romantic and very feminine as a name. It's not ranked in the top 100, it's actually only at number 486. And it's kind of an unusual version of other popular names like Elsie and things like that at the moment. It's a bit more unusual. It is another pet form of Elizabeth. Those are so popular, aren't they? And if you have a Frozen fan, it sounds enough like Elsa to keep Big Sister happy, but different enough that she's not going to be Elsa from Frozen all her life. I think it is really pretty one. But my absolute favourite alternative to the name Isla is a vintage baby name, Alma. How cute is the name Alma? You kind of need to say it a few times and get used to it, but it is so pretty in its simplicity, and it is a total vintage throwback name that hasn't come up the ranks yet. So have a good think about it. It also means kind, nurturing soul. So such a cute one for a girl to have her whole life. I absolutely love the name Alma. Okay, so the big ones, the top 2 baby names. At number 2 is the name Olivia. We can't get enough of the name Olivia. It has been on the top 1 or 2 for the last few years, and there are some gorgeous alternatives to it because it is a pretty unique name. But if you like the V sound from Olivia, how about the name Verity? Verity is so gorgeous and is so unusual. It is one of those Puritan names like Hope and Glory, but it never got kind of to the top ranks as those did. It means truth, so I think it is a really amazing name for 2017 when we are all about truth and girl power at the moment. It is very rare. It's only at number 6,018 in terms of popularity at the moment, but I think is such a beautiful choice for a little girl and very similar to Olivia in its kind of trendiness and its kind of prettiness. Another name you could choose is a name that I love, which is Clover. That's got the O and the V sound from Olivia, but is so much more unusual. It taps into the lovely nature themed baby name trend. I do talk about it on my nature themed baby name video, which I'll link below, but I do really love this name, and it's got the same kind of sound as Olivia, but is nowhere near as popular. Favourite choice as a baby name option, if you like Olivia, is another name that uses the I and the L sound and has the same length as Olivia, is the name Delilah. Delilah is a Hebrew baby name. Those are so trendy at the moment. This is the total 2017 hipster baby name that will be so cool if you choose it. I think you'll get tons and tons of compliments on it. Delilah is actually a biblical temptress, so it's got a really nice feminine attractive quality to it, and I just think it is gorgeous. And the big one, the #1 girl name in the UK at the moment, have you guessed it? It is Amelia. Amelia has been up there for absolutely years. It is a beautiful, beautiful name, but there are some gorgeous alternatives. If you love the A and the L sound from Amelia, how about the name Adeline? Adeline is so gorgeous. I really like the fact that Adeline comes with a couple of nice nicknames. She could be Addie, but she could also be Del, which is a nice nature sounding name. I think that is really, really pretty and cute for a little baby girl. It means noble. It is at number 74 in 2017, so it is not super duper out there, but is not as popular as the name Amelia. But my favourite alternative to the name Amelia is one I have found which is so unusual, it is not ranked at all, and that's the name Dahlia. Dahlia is like a German version of Amelia, but is not used anywhere, and I actually really prefer it to Amelia. I think that D sound is really, really pretty and just makes it a lot more quirky and a lot cooler when she's a bit older. It's a bit edgier, isn't it? Let me know what you think of the name of Dahlia. It is at number 6070 at the moment, so totally unique and totally special for your little baby girl. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Let me know, give me a thumbs up, let me know what your baby girl is called. If you're not naming a baby, don't worry, neither am I. I just love baby name videos. I will link all my previous baby name videos below. Thank you so much for watching. Do give this a thumbs up. Do check out our collab by checking out Kate's channel, which is linked below. If you have done a baby name video, let me know, or if you want to do this one, I'm going to link them all below in my description box. I absolutely love watching other baby name videos as well, and if you've got any ideas for baby name videos you would like to see from me, let me know. I think I'm going to do botanical baby names and rock and roll baby names. I just can't stop doing baby name lists. What a saddo. I will see you all in my next video. Have a brilliant week and take care. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon.